And this is the Montreal Screwjob is the real life double cross of defending WWF champion Bret Hart by Vince McMahon, owner of the World Wrestling Federation, during the main event of Survivor Series in 1997, November 9th, in Montreal, Quebec. Secret change of the match predetermined finish was known as Screwjob, was defined by McMahon and discussed with Hart's match opponent Shawn Michaels. The plan was executed with the referee Earl Hebner under the orders of McMahon, called a bell to ring in the match when HBK held Bret Hart's sharpshooter, even though he did not tap out. And this is a screenshot of it right there. And years later, Bret Hart discussed the screw job. He said that we didn't even hit our stride yet. He's saying in his point of view that the match could have been much better what it was if that screw job had not happened. That could have been a much executed match. Could have been much better, just because of Hart and Shawn Michaels' chemistry in the ring due to their past matches they had together. So he says here in this article that we had another 25 minutes. The match was already good. We didn't hit our stride. He said despite plans for Reyes to continue their rivalry, they never had a chance to do so in a singles match and pay-per-view. Dating back to that Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12, when Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart for the championship and become the champion for the first time ever. They said result injuries and a lost smile until the showdown in Montreal. So they only had one other match at a pay-per-view, and that was WrestleMania 12, as Shawn Michaels was, quote-unquote, didn't want to wrestle Bret. He also mentioned here that he convinced himself they were going, he said, I convinced myself they weren't going to screw me. He said, I gave Vince 14 years. I gave him 100% every night. We would have had a great match that night, regardless of Survivor Series 1997. He, was still upset about what happened. I don't hear us too much upset as much as he used to be, but despite that, he still was very upset about what happened because he was double-crossed. He was betrayed by Vince McMahon, and they say he looked to Vince McMahon as a father figure at one point in his life while he was with the WWE. Also, it says here that Davey Boy was there. He was known for packing a towel. They say he wrestled early in the car. He used Hart's towel after the shower, leaving Hart without a towel. This happened at Survivor Series. He left Hart without a towel before he got into his altercation with McMahon. I guess this means he always used to pack a towel before his match, during his matches, whatever, and it didn't happen that night because Davey Boy was also backstage in what happened between Vince McMahon and Bret Hart, altercation when Bret Hart had punched Vince McMahon allegedly. Gave him a good sucker punch. I heard, gave him a black eye. According to Undertaker, Undertaker was also there, and Triple H and the Hart family, Shawn Michaels, just a big mess. One of the biggest scandals to this day regarding the WWE Championship, and it's crazy, it's this, if you look on the side here, it's this Winged Eagle Championship. The last two occasions I mentioned with the Montreal Screwjob and HBK lost his smile, hint, it happened with the Winged Eagle edition. Both of those occasions happened under that design. Just want to highlight that. Now, good bread, and maybe something I'm missing with the whole towel thing. With Davey Boy Smith, but I'm going to pass the mic along to you regarding the Montreal Screwjob, and what do you think regarding this?
Now, this crazy how history just repeats itself. What did we just talk about with number one? We just talk about Luthez prepared to beat the living daylights out of Buddy Rogers. And Triple H mentioned this idea, but you see the sad part with Shawn Michaels, he was never tough like that. He was never going to be able to just forcibly take the title from Bret. Unlike, Luthez was ready to really beat him. But
I
it's
heard
just crazy. It's just crazy how history repeats itself. And Undertaker mentioned something like this where he was going to beat, you know what I mean, beat the brakes off of somebody for not on doing the job. But again, I don't know how Bret Hart could say that it was going to be a great match if you couldn't determine a winner. I don't see where you get a great match at without having somebody lose this match. You know what I mean? And clearly, he didn't want to lose this match, so it makes for great television, man.
And I was saying that too. How can this be a great match? And you knew that it was some stuff going on backstage of you staying with the company, leaving the company, and you know all that stuff going on. And then Bret Hart didn't know they were planning to screw you anyway. So even if they were planning, you didn't, even though you won a good match, they weren't planning on putting on a great match. Bret Hart, they was planning to screw you. That was never in the cards because you didn't want to play ball, like Bill Bray said. Just like Buddy Rogers didn't want to play ball. Bret Hart was Buddy Rogers, and Shawn Michaels definitely not Lou Thesz, but he was the guy going to be champion. But with the whole towel situation, that don't make no sense. I mean, I didn't know Davey Boy Smith held a towel every night. He forgot to pack one in Bret Hart's pack. Do you know anything about that, Gilbert?
Nah, I didn't understand that. That got to be like some inside information that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, is that symbolic for? Was it
That's what I'm
something? Was
thinking.
it a weapon in that towel? But like, I mean,
Mm-mm.
I remember seeing British Bulldog with the towel wrapped around his neck as he's coming down the aisle during those times with and I mean, and I remember Owen too with the towel. In fact, I
Right.
remember Owen more with the towel because when D'Lo Brown, when the Nation of Domination poked fun at them, that was part of the gimmick. They had the towel.
Yeah, I don't know if it was to throw the towel in for the match. I don't know if that's what they mean, during the matches. But like you said, I think it's something that's separate from the match. I mean, from the match and stuff like that. Because they say he didn't have it that night. That's why I want to highlight that in the article. But it's still crazy, like you said, history repeats itself. Now, the Buddy Rogers situation happened in 1963, and this Montreal Screwjob happened in 1997. So that's what 34 years apart. Yeah, 34 years apart. My question is, what's the chance that happen ever again? Will that ever happen again in any wrestling company? AEW, WWE, New Japan, ROH? That's the question. I don't think it will ever happen again anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen again anytime soon. I think pretty much everybody knows, you know what I mean, what the business. Everybody's seen the impact and what happens to the business. And everybody learned a lot from this NWO. Like, you could always revert back to the ending days of WCW and see what killed them guys. And it was a lot of this foolery right here. Nobody wanting to drop the title, putting the title on the wrong person. Ultimately, bad booking will kill a company. You know what I mean? So you got to tuck your egos aside and do what's best for business at all times.
Most definitely, most definitely. Like I said, I want to highlight those three different situations. The WWE Championship, as I mentioned last week, it really originated from the NWA, and also that first design that Bro Santino was wearing was the original NWA United States Championship. So WWE owe a lot of their allegiance and ties before they became a well-established, well-known company as the WWE today. It owes it to